This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Inaccurate billing. Nova Scotia Power charges a customer $500 for a cottage that had power shut off for a year.
Affordable housing. Nova Scotia teams up with Ottawa to build hundreds of new homes in Shannon Park.
And meet Eddie the Edge. The Martok employee is celebrating nearly 40 years at the ski hill.
Quieter but a cold day shaping up for Tuesday, and then we're tracking a warm-up for mid and especially late week. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening. An Annapolis Valley man says Nova Scotia Power sent him a bill for nearly $500 for his cottage that has had the power shut off for a year.
The man is speaking out after the province's Energy Board announced last week it will investigate inaccurate power bills after the utility was targeted by a cyber attack. The CBC's Josh Hoffman reports.
Eric Ord says his cottage has been empty and the power has been shut off since November 2024, which is why he was so surprised to recently get a bill for $488.25.
So as soon as I got the bill, I jumped in my truck and I went to the cottage to make sure that the power was turned off, and sure enough it was. So I don't know where they got this $488.
Ord says he's owned the cottage for roughly 35 years. Each year he says he turns all the power off through the electrical panel when it's not being used. He said his bill is typically $50 when the cottage isn't in use, and anywhere between $120 and $150 if he stays there throughout the summer. Just what was your reaction when you saw that number, $488?
I called them a bunch of thieves.
Last week, the province's Energy Board agreed to look into Nova Scotia Power's inaccurate bills. Premier Tim Houston called for an investigation after customers complained about higher bills following the cyber attack on the utility earlier this year.
I hope that Nova Scotians can have some confidence in the billing system of Nova Scotia Power.
Nova Scotia Power declined an interview request. After CBC News contacted the company about Ord's situation, a spokesperson says they called Ord and they have addressed his concerns. But Ord says he received a credit for about half the bill, and he still thinks he's paying more than he used to. Now, Nova Scotia Power is currently hosting community sessions across the province to talk to customers and give them an opportunity to ask questions about their bills. Ord says his message to the utility would be clear.
I'm not very impressed.
Josh Hoffman, CBC News, Granville Ferry.
A Nova Scotia woman who killed her own daughter and then tried to cover up her crime is being granted day parole. Penny Boudreau strangled her 12-year-old daughter, Carissa, in 2008 and left her body on the banks of the LaHave River. She then reported her daughter as missing. She eventually pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and has been serving a life sentence. She had to serve 20 years in prison before she could begin applying for parole. Boudreau will stay at a community-based residential facility for her 60-day parole. Her release comes with special conditions, including that she report any friendships and relationships with men to her parole officer.
RCMP have charged a man with second-degree murder following an incident in Beaverbank on Friday. Police were called to the 2400 of Beaverbank Road around 8 p.m., where officers found a 28-year-old man with life-threatening injuries. Responders performed first aid, but he died at the scene. Officers located and arrested 20-year-old Evan Whedon shortly after. Police say the two men knew each other and that the incident is not believed to be random.
Construction on long-awaited new housing in Dartmouth's Shannon Park could start next year. All three levels of government are partnering to build new housing at the former military site. The CBC's Haley Ryan has the details.
About 9 years after the last military housing was demolished at Shannon Park, a new community will finally begin. The 35-hectare planned neighborhood in Dartmouth will have a mix of housing prices as it is developed, with new transit, parks, and a school. On Sunday, the federal and provincial governments announced joint funding for 930 homes on the site.
So we want single units for seniors, we want family units as well. So we're looking at a true representation of a community where we bring back the vibrancy that was part of Shannon Park when we had 400 military families there, right?
White says the province's 1 hectare slice of Shannon Park is already serviced and will see about 300 homes built first. They will include supportive and public housing units.
It's going to be a little bit of everything, and the exact numbers and how that breaks down is not done yet. That's still under review right now.
The federal government says about 630 housing units will be built on their lands in the first phase, with nearly half of those homes designated as below market value. But it is unclear yet exactly how far below market they will be.
I'm really happy to see the announcement, but of course I have lots of questions. And yeah, I want to know, what does affordable actually mean in this case? Like, affordable for who?
Halifax has agreed to waive municipal development fees and provide property tax relief for these new housing units if council approves.
For a modest price of waiving some fees, I think this is the right thing for the city to do in the midst of a housing crisis.
Tenders are expected to go out in the new year, and the province says shovels could be in the ground by summer 2026. The provincial and federal governments are spending a total $300 million on the Shannon Park housing, plus 500 nonprofit and community housing units around the province. Haley Ryan, CBC News, Halifax.
Well, after a blast of winter, let's check in with Ryan to see what's next.
Yes, we had a snowy start, so it sounds like it's going to be melting quickly, though.
Yeah, we've got temperatures, really a bit of a roller coaster ride this week, starting with the cold temperatures, which are funneling into the province as we speak. Tom and Amy, thank you so much. And yeah, we've got a few flurries on the board and some snow squalls that have been blowing in Pictou County, Antigonish, and across Cape Breton. Obviously, the snow and the blowing snow continues there, and the risk for squalls setting up through this evening into the overnight across the island. The squall risk will ease throughout the day on Tuesday, first in the morning, departing the northeast, and then eventually that squall activity will ease across Cape Breton Island. Note the temperatures tomorrow, -3 to -5. We're going to be starting in the -8 to -12 range with wind chill values deep into the minus teens. Even tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be feeling more like the -10 range for tomorrow throughout the afternoon. Those westerly winds persistent near 20 kilometers per hour. So yes, starting the week chilly today, tomorrow, but we've got a couple of warm-ups, as I mentioned in the headlines. So the first one, a brief warm-up coming for Wednesday. Southerly flow, pretty cloudy day overall. Temperatures climbing up into the mid-single digits. We've got this frontal boundary we're going to be watching to quickly move through the region Wednesday night and through Thursday. That actually resets our temperatures a little bit. We're cooler Thursday, back to the freezing mark, and then here comes our next system, and this is going to be bringing a big warm-up. We've got gusty winds, rain, and yes, the potential for double-digit temperatures Friday. We'll talk about that coming up.
All right,
okay,
stay tuned for that. Thanks, Ryan. Canada's top court is weighing a case that could change how some Indigenous offenders are sentenced. Kayla Hounsell now with the competing arguments and video of the violent assault in Halifax that sparked the debate, which some may find hard to watch.
La Cour, the court.
All 9 justices of the Supreme Court of Canada are now considering a potentially precedent-setting case on how offenders should be sentenced when both the offender and the victim are Indigenous. Recent statistics show 86% of those accused of killing an Indigenous woman or girl are themselves Indigenous.
It's very complicated, and this is partly why it's gone all the way up to the Supreme Court of Canada.
The case stems from this aggravated assault. Surveillance video shows Harry Cope beating his longtime on-again, off-again partner, Brittany Sack, in Halifax in 2021. Her left eye swollen shut, several bones fractured. Both Cope and Sack are Mi'kmaq. Cope has significant mental health and addictions issues.
The main point is he almost killed another human being.
Cope pleaded guilty in Nova Scotia Provincial Court, so the case before the Supreme Court is only about his punishment. He was originally sentenced to 5 years in prison, but appealed, saying the judge hadn't properly applied the landmark Gladue principles intended to address over-incarceration and require consideration of systemic factors when sentencing Indigenous people.
We will never jail our way to reconciliation.
The Nova Scotia Court of Appeal did reduce Cope's sentence, but then Crown attorneys appealed to Canada's top court. They argue reducing the sentence didn't appropriately consider other legislation that says courts must prioritize deterring violence against Indigenous women.
Parliament intended for more serious sentences to be imposed.
The justices did not say when they will render a decision, but when they do, it will provide some direction for sentencing in all future cases across Canada, where both the victim and the offender are Indigenous. Kayla Hounsell, CBC News, Halifax.
New numbers from StatsCan show Nova Scotia's annual inflation rate was 2.4% last month, slightly higher than the national average, which held steady at 2.2%. But both are lower than economists expected, largely because of falling gas prices, service and travel costs, as well as slowing rent increases. But the data also confirms what many Canadians are seeing at the grocery store. The price of food is way up. Grocery prices were 4.7% in November, up that much from a year earlier. The cost of fresh fruit, especially berries, drove the increase, as did higher prices of most processed food. The price of beef was a big factor as well, up almost 18%, mainly due to fewer cattle across North America. Coffee skyrocketed in price too, increasing almost 28% last month because of U.S. tariffs and difficult weather conditions in coffee-producing countries.
A high school student in Cole Harbour is working to make his community a safer place by providing reflective vests for people. 17-year-old Edward Zhu, who has raised money to collect hundreds of vests that he is giving away to pedestrians so drivers can see them better. He started his campaign after noticing the issue while traveling between Cole Harbour and Shearwater for Air Cadets training.
I've seen a lot of close accidents and near misses for people wearing dark clothing at night without reflective vests on. So I just thought that was an issue, so I thought I should do something about it.
Zhu went door to door to make his pitch, asking for people's support. He raised enough to buy about 600 vests. He's going to be handing them out for free next Sunday, December 21st, at the Cole Harbour Public Library between 2 and 5 p.m.
The ski season has started a little early at Martok, and it's a milestone year for one of the employees there. It's almost 39 years to the day since Eddie Fleet started work at the ski hill that he could see from his bedroom growing up.
As Gareth Hampshire tells us, he's changed a bit over the years, but his passion for his work only gets stronger.
This is the Ski Martok workshop where Eddie Fleet has been repairing skis and snowboards for decades. He started in 1986 when he was 21, along the way earning the nickname Eddie the Edge. His colleagues posted a photo of him on social media as a tribute to his service.
When I look back at the pictures, it's like, wow. Yes, I've changed. The technology has changed. It's pretty amazing.
It doesn't feel like nearly 40 years to him in a job he loves. Working with his hands to sharpen, wax, and do repairs to get people back on the hill.
Most people think it might be monotonous, saying you're tuning skis all day, you're tuning skis, but each pair you come in is different than the pair before.
He's well known among those who come here to ski and snowboard.
Oh yeah, he's a good person. Yeah. Great worker, he knows what he's doing with skis and everything.
He's met so many people and built lasting relationships over his 39 years.
And they've been small, little kids come in, now they're growing up, and now they have their own kids, and they're actually their own grandkids, and now they're coming back out. And people say, I remember you when I was this tall, and they were like 9 or 10 years old, now they're like, 50 years old.
The ski hill appreciates his dedication and attention to detail.
I think he's one of the few, if not the only one, who can fix the skis as great as he does. And he gives the most love and care and passion to every ski or snowboard which goes through his hands.
He also snowboards when he gets the chance and wants to keep going to mark 40 years next year. But he's not thinking about growing his hair into another mullet.
Honestly speaking, the mullet never left the province. It just went on a little sabbatical, and then it came back, as they're still wearing it now. Now that I've gotten older, it's from last millennium, so it's done with me for now.
Eddie Fleet's happy to be around for the 60th anniversary Martok is marking this year, with a big celebration being planned for March break. Gareth Hampshire, CBC News, Martok.
I say bring the mullet back.
Yep.
The ski hills are open, and so is Halifax's Emira Oval. This was the scene today as the first skaters took to the ice.
And as with every year, equipment rentals, including skates and helmets, are free. A full schedule of events at the Oval is on the city's website. And a live look at the menorah at Halifax City Hall, lit just a few minutes ago to mark Hanukkah, which started yesterday. We're back after this.
This weather update is brought to you in part by Atlantic Lottery's iGames. Play hundreds of games on the Atlantic Lottery app or at alc.ca.
All right, we're getting it all thrown at us. You know, a little winter weather, temperatures up, temperatures down. Hang on, folks.
Yeah, but the snowmen are not going to last.
No, snowmen in danger for sure as we work our way toward the end of this week with a big warm up. And you know, I know a lot of folks have a lot of snow down, especially over northern areas of the province, but I'm wondering just how much will be left after the windy warm up, the wet, windy warm-up for Friday, and even a warm-up on Wednesday, which will do some melting of its own. Have a look at our current temperatures. No melting out there right now. It is cold. Temperatures ranging between -3 and -9, and most of us in the -7 to -9 range. As you can see, the winds are howling in from the northwest. They have been all day today. sustained 30, 40, 50 kilometers per hour, even 50 to 60 kilometers per hour sustained winds in the northeast, or we're gusting 70 to 80 kilometers per hour right now. So blowing snow, a big factor right now across the northeast and into, yes, including Cape Breton. We still have a winter storm warning in effect for Inverness County and Victoria County. We now have a snow squall watch that's been issued for Cape Breton County and Sydney, and a snow squall warning in effect for southern Inverness and Richmond County, Antigonish County, and Pictou County. And this is where the squalls have been blowing in already. This is where we could see some potential squalls overnight into the early morning hours of Tuesday. And this is where, again, it is still snowing and blowing from our storm that's pulling out towards Newfoundland. Snowfall outlook overnight tonight. This is where we could see some of those bands tracking in. Southern Inverness and Richmond County and across Antigonish and Pictou County. Local amounts here, 5 to 10 centimeters, maybe 15 locally, especially back towards southern Inverness. And northern Inverness will really continue to see the snow, the blowing snow, and then a potential for some squall setting up, not only overnight, but throughout Tuesday as well, where we could see local amounts there. Another 5 to 10 centimeters throughout the day tomorrow. So yeah, it is a dirty old day right now, a dirty old evening across Inverness County, blowing in even into the Sydney, Cape Breton County area with that snow and blowing snow continuing. The flurry action has started to taper off here through the metro area. We've also been looking at a squall that's been blowing into Pictou County. And yeah, the train of low pressure systems here will continue to march across the country this week, riding that basically jet stream between the cold air and the warm air. 12 in Calgary right now, 6 in Edmonton, so a bit of a warm up here. Look at the cold air off to the north. And as we walk you through the forecast, a lot of cold temps to start this week. As we know, cold out there now, cold tonight, -8 to -12 across the mainland, -6 across Cape Breton. Those northwest winds still gusting 80 to 90 kilometers per hour this evening, and then tapering off slowly overnight. And there are those squalls, Pictou, Antigonish, Cape Breton. That's where we're looking at most of that activity overnight tonight and into tomorrow as well. The squalls will taper off across the mainland by lunchtime, but will linger through Inverness County throughout the afternoon. It's very quiet across western and central areas tomorrow. In fact, looking at a mix of sun and cloud. The winds will be lighter, thankfully. And as we look at the temperatures for tomorrow, -3 to -5, the west and northwest winds, 20 kilometers per hour, still some gusts to 50 in the morning for Cape Breton, easing into the afternoon. Wind chill values deep into the -teens for tomorrow morning for most. Minus double digit starts in the Tri-County area, and into the afternoon, some relief, but not a whole lot. It feels like a pretty frosty day. And then Wednesday, the warm-up, 5, 6, 7 degrees. This is just the appetizer. The full meal deal coming later this week, as we said. With the southerly winds, it will be breezy on Wednesday. Mainly cloudy skies. Cold front comes through. Couple of flurries mixed with showers overnight Wednesday in through Thursday morning. Thursday will be a cool day, but a quiet day. And then that area of high pressure moves out. And we've got this next system on the way in. And we're talking winds, I think, baseline gusting 70 kilometers per hour on Friday. Forecast models flirting with some warning level criteria winds, though, 90 kilometers per hour, that would be. That bumps our temperatures up, those types of winds into the double digits this time of year. And yeah, you can see the temperatures crashing back for Saturday. Let a little brief warm up possible Sunday, and then cooling off Monday. And yeah, it's going to be a bumpy ride into the weekend for sure.
Yeah, breezy one for sure. Okay, thanks so much, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
A centuries-old Newfoundland tradition was on full display in St. John's this weekend. Mummering is the custom of putting on a disguise and visiting neighborhood homes over the holidays, asking hosts to guess who is behind makeshift masks.
On Saturday, a sea of mummers, hobby horses, and a pet llama weaved their way through a city park in the 17th annual Mummers Parade. The CBC's Julia Israel was there.
For many Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, a tradition old as centuries. For others, the tradition of mummering is a brand new experience.
As it turned out, we were coming to visit our family for an early Christmas, so we kind of planned it around being here just so we could see what it's all about.
And what is it all about to you?
It's about dressing up and having fun. I wish I had an ugly stick.
Is this your first Mummers Parade?
Yes.
What do you think so far?
Good.
Yeah?
I can't wait for the hot chocolate and cookies.
We're here taking the kids out for a little experience to go visit the Mummers Parade. I think it's so special because it brings community together and it helps people feel connected and people just have so much fun.
It's a Newfoundland tradition. You have to dress up and cover your face. But you had to go like knock on people's doors and then they would let you in and then they had to guess who you were.
This is my first time.
Really?
Yes. Well, all the family was home and we decided this was going to be something that we were going to do on a regular basis.
My nan is an expert at hoarding. You should see our garage.
Is that true, Nan?
Oh, yes, yeah.
My favorite part about my costume is the hair.
This is so crazy and I love to dress up ugly. It's so fun seeing those old traditions that have history. We have something like that too. It's called Fastnacht. It's also like carnival.
On the Christmas we have similar tradition. People dressed with animal stuff and they go from house to house singing, asking for treats like candy and money. It's so similar to Ukrainian tradition, but a little bit different. We don't wear underwear, right?
I just like the celebration of it, everyone dressed up. We get to see people just singing and dancing and going around in different funny outfits they wouldn't normally wear. It's really nice and cozy.
Coming up, as winter sets in, many Canadians are looking to get some sun while also avoiding the United States.
Cold and snowy days have some Nova Scotians dreaming of warmer climes. But many Canadians continue to boycott travel to the United States and are looking for other sunny destinations instead. For more on this, we're joined by Amra Durakovic, Communications Director with Flight Centre Travel Group. All right, so data from Tourism Economics and the U.S. National Travel and Tourism Office says a 24% drop in Canadian tourism to the United States happened during the first 6 months of 2025. From your vantage point, what are the parts of the U.S. that are noticing that the most?
Well, definitely if we're looking at destinations that attract most Canadian snowbirds, so think of Florida, Arizona, California, as well as destinations like New York City and even Boston as well. So we've certainly seen anywhere between 30 to 40% decrease in new bookings to the U.S. since, I would say, since November of 2024, when the Canadian dollar first hit a 4-year low. So that's when Canadians first started to sort of book less to the U.S. And then that really increased, or rather decreased, the new bookings to the U.S. in February when tariffs were first announced.
For those that do go to the U.S., what areas are they visiting?
We are seeing some slight growth in destinations like Florida, as well as Hawaii, depending on which coast of Canada you're living on. So it's certainly a lot easier for Canadians in British Columbia to head to Hawaii, and the same way that it's a lot easier for those on the East Coast, as well as here in Toronto, to travel to Florida. So we are still seeing some movement there, but overall, Canadians are definitely heading to either Mexico or the Dominican Republic for this winter. Those are our top 2 destinations for the winter.
Well, how is that impacting the cost of those non-U.S. destinations? Are they getting more expensive?
Certainly, things are getting more expensive, but it also depends on when you're going to book. If you are waiting last minute, you will pay a more premium price, and that's because there are less options. So the more people that book, the more competitive the prices are, the more people will book, so in advance. Now, if you wait longer, you're going to pay a higher price. So right now, if you haven't booked for the Christmas holidays, you're certainly going to be paying a lot more right now than you would had you booked 3 months ago. In fact, our busiest booking season period begins from September straight up through till December. This is our busiest booking season, and it's been the busiest one we've seen since pre-COVID. And we think a lot of that has to do with this pent-up demand in the first half of the year, where Canadians, there was a lot of uncertainty, so they weren't booking their travels, and they really just waited until the second half of this year, and we're really seeing that now. So I suspect that airports across Canada will be really busier this winter season. So recommend that everyone get to your airport earlier, ensure you have all your documentation, and if you can, download the app so you can make everything easier for yourself and actually check in before you arrive at the airport.
Now, here in Halifax, we're seeing more direct routes to Europe. Do you see that trend continuing?
Absolutely. It's really exciting to see with this decrease of travel to the U.S., Canadians, they haven't stopped. They're just sort of recalibrating and really adventuring outside of their comfort zones. So I've just read recently that WestJet, they are having new direct flights to Europe, Madrid, Copenhagen, and even Lisbon. Copenhagen, interestingly, has been having a really big moment this year across Canada. So it's just one of those destinations that it is a lot more quiet for those who do want to travel with less crowds. And it's still in Europe. It's very easy to get to. And that's what Canadians are looking for. They're looking for a vacation that's stress-free and really frictionless. And you're going to get that when you travel to Europe. But again, a reminder, if you are traveling to Europe, I do suggest that you arrive a little bit earlier than usual, because Europe, most of the European Union have introduced a new entry and exit system. It just means that it's going to take a little bit more longer for the first time to process you inside. But once you're processed into the system, it will be a lot smoother.
Now, what about in the long term? Do you see this shift away from the U.S. lasting?
It's difficult to tell. It hasn't been quite 1 year yet. I think once we're able to look at our data again in February 2026 and compare that to 2025, it will come up to a full year. And this is when we'll be able to see whether or not this is a pattern or not. But interestingly, we recently conducted a YouGov survey nationwide, and we found that 62% of Canadians say they are less likely to travel to the US. So confidence in travels to the US has certainly dropped, and only 80% said they're willing to go to the US. So the demand is spreading globally, and you can see that with an increase of lift from airlines like WestJet or Air Canada, even Air Transat, really increasing their presence globally, whether that's Colombia, Rio de Janeiro, the Philippines, as we said earlier, Copenhagen, Madrid, Lisbon. So there's a lot more opportunity for Canadians to travel further. And what's also interesting is Canadians, they're really financially savvy. So they really are traveling. They're being more intentional and choosing destinations where their dollar stretches.
All right. Well, we will have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time and your expertise.
Thanks so much, Amy.
Coming up, Australian officials have agreed to overhaul the country's gun laws after a deadly mass shooting on Sydney's Bondi Beach over the weekend.
And police are investigating after Hollywood filmmaker Rob Reiner who and his wife were found dead in their home Sunday. Welcome back. Australian leaders are promising to toughen the country's gun control laws following a mass shooting that killed at least 15 Jews on Sunday.
Police shot the 2 suspected gunmen, killing one of them. In Sydney, where the shooting took place, people are still reeling. The CBC's Jennifer Yoon has more.
At the site of a massacre targeting the Jewish community, grief, fear, and defiance, lighting the menorah while remembering those shot celebrating Hanukkah. 2 gunmen opened fire at a Hanukkah event Sunday night on Australia's Bondi Beach, killing over a dozen and injuring even more.
We're a heartbroken community. We feel absolutely shattered. We feel that we've been abandoned.
It feels really vulnerable. It feels like you always hear that on the news, but it never happens to us here.
Among those killed, a Holocaust survivor who reportedly died shielding his wife, a rabbi who helped organize the celebration, a French national who was a promising soccer player, and a 10-year-old girl named Matilda, whose parents are left despondent. Dozens more are still recovering in hospital, including the man who disarmed one of the gunmen with nothing but his bare hands. Also in hospital, police say, one of the 2 alleged gunmen, a father and son duo who is in critical condition.
We do have a 24-year-old male in hospital at the moment. Based on his medical condition, it is likely that that person may face criminal charges.
The other alleged gunman, his father, died in a shootout with police. Police have raided a house believed to be their home, but so many questions remain unanswered, including the motive behind the attack. The Australian Prime Minister is blaming extremism.
These 2 evil people have engaged in this act of anti-Semitism, driven by ideology. It's extreme perversion of Islam.
But some Jewish Australians say this horror could have been avoided had the Australian government done more to fight anti-Semitism. Jewish organizations say there have been more attacks against the community in the past 2 years.
We had, I suppose in many ways, warned government and higher authorities of the possibility and the risk, and it feels almost like we were unheard, almost invisible.
Local police are beefing up security for the Jewish community. They say they'll do everything they can to make sure the community feels safe again. Jennifer Yoon, CBC News, Toronto.
And as we just heard, one bystander's heroic actions are being recognized in the wake of the horrific massacre at Bondi Beach. As the shooting unfolded, Ahmad Al-Ahmad tackled one of the alleged attackers, risking his own life to save others. Here's some of that video verified by CBC News. Once again, it shows Ahmad crouched between some parked cars, running and wrestling with the gunman. The 43-year-old is seen in a brief struggle with the attacker before managing to seize the rifle. The fruit shop owner from Sydney and father of 2 is being hailed a hero. Australian officials say Ahmad, who was later shot twice by the second attacker, he's now recovering in the hospital after undergoing surgery. A GoFundMe campaign for him has raised more than $1.5 million.
That mass shooting at a Jewish community event in Australia has sent shockwaves around the world. Vigils have been held in many places, including Israel. The CBC's Rafi Boudjikanian has more from the Jewish state.
Vigils for the victims of Bondi Beach have been taking place all over Israel. Organizers at this one in Jerusalem praying for the people of Australia and Israel. And it's gotten so full here that we are out the door with people who have shown up to commemorate. We spoke to an Australian Jewish man who had the following reflections.
Absolutely horrific. I'd like to say it's unbelievable. I guess it was expected. Unfortunately, it occurred. I came to show solidarity to the Australian community, which I'm a part of. I'm not from Sydney, but I know the Sydney community well.
Hanukkah is a time of year where Jews from all over the world come to typically celebrate. This year we've met some who said they're also here to mourn.
Whatever it is you want to say, we just have to respect each other as humans. And, you know, I hope that this is not something we ever face again, but sadly, it's become our reality.
Rafi Boudjikanian, CBC News, Jerusalem.
The World Health Organization says more than 16,000 patients in Gaza are awaiting medical evacuation. Neighboring countries like Egypt, UAE, and Qatar have each accepted hundreds already. Turkey has taken in nearly 500 patients. Briar Stewart went there to see how they're faring.
This is an encampment in Adana, Turkey. It's in the eastern part of the country. And these trailers here, there's more than 500 of them, they were built in 2023 to house the victims of the very deadly earthquake in this part of the country. The Turkish government was actually getting ready to tear this all down, but now these units are starting to be used for families from Gaza. There are 9 different families living here, and more are expected even today as we're here. And all of these families were brought out of Gaza through a medical evacuation program that is kind of overseen by the World Health Organization. What they say is that there are thousands of people in Gaza that are in desperate need of treatment, and they're asking Israel to open the borders more so more people can go out, and they also want countries to take in patients.
His nerve injury.
We spoke to a man named Mohammed Hamouda who was injured in an explosion that happened on the street back in June. He has severe damage to both of his legs. He was brought here along with his wife and 3 children.
They need to learn, and they need to play, and they need to discover the world. They need me to support them.
For Hamouda, one of his big concerns is just what will their life be like in Turkey. He used to work as a physiotherapist in Gaza. He fears he'll never be able to do that again because of his injuries. The children aren't yet in school. He doesn't know the language of Turkish, and he's really worried about just how he will be able to provide for his family as they continue to settle here. Briar Stewart, CBC News, Adana.
British Columbia is being battered by another round of heavy rain, and officials are warning residents to be prepared to evacuate at a moment's notice.
The ground is saturated in many areas. The rivers are full. Additional rainfall is going to increase the potential for more flooding and landslides. Folks should avoid riverbanks and waterways. The water is very high and the banks may not be stable.
As much as 80 millimeters of rain is expected in the Skagit Valley and parts of the Fraser Valley, including Chilliwack and Abbotsford. Abbotsford is still reeling from an atmospheric river that hit last week, which caused widespread flooding, road closures, and power outages. Heavy rain is also expected Monday across Vancouver Island and much of the BC coast, including Metro Vancouver.
Rob Reiner's younger son has been arrested in connection with the murder of the legendary filmmaker and his wife. The couple were found dead in their Los Angeles area home on Sunday. Reiner is known for directing several iconic films, including When Harry Met Sally, Princess Bride, and A Few Good Men. Nick Reiner is being held without bail. The 32-year-old has spoken openly about his struggles with homelessness and addiction over the years. He and his father had worked on a movie that was loosely based on his troubled life.
Rob Reiner's career in Hollywood spanned more than 5 decades, from his star turn as Archie Bunker's son-in-law on the show All in the Family to his most recent work as director of the Spinal Tap sequel. Griffin Yeager takes a look at an incredible and storied career.
Guys, come right here, Rob, right here. A tragic goodbye to a Hollywood powerhouse. Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, found dead in their Hollywood home Sunday. The son of comedy legend Carl Reiner, Reiner first found fame on screen, bringing the laughs as Michael Meathead Stivic on the 1970s sitcom All in the Family. He later moved behind the camera, directing some of the biggest hits of the 80s and 90s.
Until they tell me you can't do this anymore, I'm going to keep doing it.
He defined the mockumentary with This Is Spinal Tap, stole hearts with The Princess Bride, and the genre-defining rom-com When Harry Met Sally, and brought fans A Few Good Men and Stand By Me, a memory Jerry O'Connell holds close.
Rob was like a father to me. Everything I have is because of Rob Reiner. Everything I have. Everything I have. It's just a sad, shocking day.
Reiner also co-founded Castle Rock Entertainment, the studio behind hits like The Shawshank Redemption and Seinfeld.
I mean, he had one of the kind of greatest
unparalleled runs as a Hollywood filmmaker. So many of the sayings that have really just infused our language. You can't handle the truth, inconceivable. I mean, you trace those all back to Rob Reiner.
Behind the scenes, he was a vocal Democratic activist, a tireless champion of LGBTQIA+ rights and early childhood development, and an outspoken critic of Donald Trump and his policies. Tributes for the late actor and his wife came quickly. Former President Barack Obama said they will be remembered for the values they championed. Director Joe Russo wrote, "We lost one of the few good men." And Stephen King called him a wonderful friend, a political ally, and brilliant filmmaker, writing, "You always stood by me." Rob Reiner was 78, Michelle Singer was 68. Griffin Yeager, CBC News, Toronto.
Melissa was the largest hurricane on record to ever strike Jamaica, leaving behind an estimated $10 billion in damage.
Now, a Canadian contingent is assisting in Jamaica's long recovery from the late October storm. David Common has more on those efforts from Montego Bay.
This is one of Jamaica's largest hospitals, hundreds of beds. One of the buildings in behind it, when Hurricane Melissa hit, the roof was torn off. Luckily, medical staff had rushed the patients into a concrete area. Nobody was injured, but they're now getting support from the Canadian Medical Assistance Team, among other charities and non-governmental organizations. So right around the corner is the main emergency room for this Jamaican hospital in Montego Bay. They are seeing the major cases, the most urgent ones, but inside this tent, they're seeing some of the less acute ones. You see over here on the right-hand side, this is a man who has a burn. He's a cook and got a burn on his arm. So there's a Canadian physician, a Canadian nurse who are treating him, assisting their Jamaican colleagues. And we routinely hear about how impressed they are by what their Jamaican colleagues have done. Some of the staff who work here in the Jamaican hospitals, of course, have themselves had the roof ripped off their homes or seen incredible floodwaters. And those floodwaters have actually led to considerable illness and infection. Something called leptospirosis is an illness that is quite frequent after hurricanes. It's usually the urine from animals that goes into the flood water, creates this bacterial soup that then gets into cuts and other areas on people as they're trying to clean up the mud. Been a number of deaths, about a dozen of them just in this area as a result of leptospirosis. So that's one of the things that they're watching out for here. So it can be treated by antibiotics if they can get here, but many areas have been cut off, and so getting here is half the challenge. But quite something to see as a burn is being treated here inside this tent by Canadians in support of what the Jamaicans are doing in this larger complex. David Common, CBC News, Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Canada's main stock index finished in negative territory Monday, while U.S. markets also moved lower. Here's a look at the numbers as we head to break.
This weather update is brought to you in part by Atlantic Lottery's iGames. Play hundreds of games on the Atlantic Lottery app or at alc.ca.
Well, no matter how you feel about the snow, some love it, and some not so much. It was pretty with the snow coming down for sure.
Yeah, you looked at me there, didn't you?
Yeah.
I knew that.
You sense that? Yeah, okay.
But I can appreciate its beauty.
Yes.
Not the cold so much, but the beauty of it.
For sure. It was postcard-like at times yesterday, just falling down before the wind kicked in, and then not so postcard-worthy with blowing and drifting and such. But have a look at this. This postcard-worthy indeed, as we... just north of Halifax at Ashburn Golf Course in Windsor Junction.
Oh, that is nice.
Don't be golfing for a while yet, will they?
For sure.
Skiing, maybe, yeah.
Helen, thank you so much for sharing this. Ryan's picks at cbc.ca. Lots of great ones coming in over the weekend, and I'm sure over the next few days. Pictures from tonight across Cape Breton in the northeast would be whiteout worthy for sure. Snow squall warnings, Pictou and Aganesh. Southern Inverness and Richmond counties. It's a snow squall watch for Sydney and Cape Breton County, and a winter storm warning continues for Inverness, North, and Victoria counties. When the winter storm warnings are dropped, I'm expecting that snow squall warnings will be quickly issued there right after, as the snow squalls will continue to be a story right into Tuesday across northern Inverness. Additional snowfall amounts, local amounts of 5 to 10 centimeters, Pictou and Aganesh, southern Inverness, and into Richmond County, where we could see some local amounts to 15, and we could see local amounts topping 30 additional centimeters for the Cape Breton Highlands for northern Inverness County. So we are looking at those northwest winds becoming more westerly as we turn the page into Tuesday. And how about the warm-up Wednesday, which is just the first of 2 warm-ups which are coming. So we will be looking at that things calming down, and then we look at the 7-day forecast, and there are the double digits with a big windy warm-up for Friday.
Impressive. Okay, thanks so much, Ryan. Dozens of people in Budapest, Hungary went for a run over the weekend with a little inspiration from Santa and Speedos.
The group braved freezing temperatures, shouting ho, ho, ho as they ran across the city center in their festive beachwear. They even stopped for exercises and push-ups.
The founders say the run raises money and awareness for charities. The tradition was inspired by similar events in Boston.
Okay, there you go. Not coming to Halifax anytime soon, I hope. That's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.